Hi, Sagittarius. This is Unveiled Intuition and Tarot. I'm Amber. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. You already know what it is. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, especially if this reading resonates with you. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can do that on my website at www.unveiledbyamber.com. If at the end of this reading you would like another level of clarity, then you can follow me over to the extended reading. The link to do that is down below in the description box. For those of you who don't know, I probably should do a video about this because I guess I just assume everybody knows like the Patreon culture. But if you follow the link down below to my Patreon page, you can pick a tier. The first tier, I want to say, starts at $5.55, $5.55. And then I think the next one is like $11.11. And then the highest tier is $22.22. Now, that's the price monthly to join my Patreon community. But just so you guys know, that one price gets you access to all the extendeds, all the Zodiac extendeds, including exclusive footage and content that I share only to the private Patreon community. So you guys might want to check it out. YouTube is like, I don't know what's up with their like algorithm, and yeah, I'm not leaving YouTube, but I am in a space where I don't necessarily want to overexert myself on YouTube. When I have done so, I feel like I shot myself in the foot. A prime example would be the trailer. I mean, yeah, I literally bought the license, did everything I was supposed to do. I've been going back and forth with the record label to try to get my videos out of escrow. It's just a mess. The other thing about Patreon that I started to do is channeling a song in the beginning of the extended readings. That worked out really well for Aries and Leo, so I'm gonna continue to do that. Anyway, like I said, if you want to follow me over to the extended reading after this, that link is down below in the description box. You guys can still save $50 on a love reading through the end of the month. To do that, you can book online and use the code Valentine50 when you check out. All right, so let's get into it. Sag, if I can be honest, I had every intention of doing your reading yesterday, or I think it was the day before that I recorded the fire signs and I dropped them yesterday. I had every intention on you being a part of that group, and then I don't know, it seemed like something about the energy was in the process of shifting, or there was some type of delay or some type of resistance I feel like I experienced. And so the cards were just sitting here. So I'm back today. It's the day after Valentine's Day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Venus Day. And I have reshuffled the energies because I feel like something significant either changed. Like, I don't know that you know about this yet though. It feels like it changed in the ethers, like unbeknownst to you. Okay. Now when I first was going to do your reading, I did, like I said, shuffle the cards. I got into a meditative space to start channeling your energies, and I felt very significantly that you're coming up on a space where it's time to repot everything. I got a like strong sense of overgrowth. Okay. Now while the growth part is positive, the overgrowth I feel like it's got you all maybe a little bit overwhelmed. I can definitely relate. I need to physically repot some stuff. Like my plants just overgrown, root bound, all that. But I feel like more on a spiritual level, like there's an energy of seeds that you have planted in the past, whether these are like interactions you've had with people, brief conversations, stuff like that, or maybe you have a notebook where you wrote like ideas or things of that nature, and then you had to kind of sit it aside to deal with the pandemic. I mean, you know, so something about stuff that you invested in or bright ideas that you had prior to the pandemic seem like they've been growing beneath the surface. There's been growth, you know, beneath the soil. And so now there's, for whatever reason, I feel like this month or leading into March, there's going to be some like proof of these seedlings or something like that. Okay, so let's get into it. Holy Spirit, guardian angels, my beloved ancestors, thank you for allowing me to be the vessel to give messages for Sagittarius for their highest good and their highest good only. Only you all are welcome to utilize me as a vessel here. So let's see, Spirit, what is the energy surrounding Sagittarius' current connection? Mask. Okay, you got Junbi. This is the 18th card in the deck. It breaks down to a 9. So again, like I said, final stages. And interestingly enough, this card actually is a great indication or like representation of what I'm feeling, because if you look at like the garden around her, it is overgrown. She's got on like this beautiful white dress, but you can see the grass and stuff overgrown around her. There's also an energy of like changing face, like there's some type of tangible change or upgrade. You could have changed your appearance most recently. This is also an energy too. I don't know why, but I feel like these masks are representation of like different environments or different friend groups, different like business groups, things of that nature that you're a part of. Like it could be your church family, it could be classmates, it could be colleagues. Like there's something about that, but there's an energy of taking certain aspects from each of these to like rebuild a new you or something like that. What else is interesting about this is that she has on this white dress, which it gives me a very like pure, clean, cleansing type feeling. But then there's like this pattern on her dress that seems like it is developing. Like you're gaining color or you're gaining understanding, knowledge, etc., from the things that have been kind of revolving around you. Externally, you have liberation. This is Queen Mother Nanny, the number 37. So we are definitely in some progressive energy here, going from the 9 to the 10. Underneath these, you have Wounded Healer and Soul Forgiveness. Oh, Rage. Yes, you have Medusa. So Rage came out on the split. Okay, along with Secrets Revealed. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there are some significant changes in your immediate environment, or you're figuring out exactly who people are. I feel inclined to read both of these cards. So let's see what's up. All right, so Junbi, she belongs to the Temple of Shadows. She's from the Caribbean, and her element is represented by air. It says Jumbis are the scary, shadowy, otherworldly spirits and monsters of the Caribbean. Where's the lie? Get quiet to get clear. Put your hand on your heart. Now, are you confused or are you afraid? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Show your true face. Wearing a mask blocks your vulnerability and blessings. If you are wearing a mask, dare to reveal yourself. You are lying to others and to yourself. Wearing a mask is exhausting. Be you. If someone else is wearing a mask with you, you deserve clarity. Your relationship and connection is built on lies. Their mask is a projection of your own. The affirmation associated with this card says, I am willing to remove the mask. Okay. Well, that's pretty straight to the point, cutthroat. I feel like there's going to be some type of cutthroat conversation. My eye just started jumping. This card, Queen Mother Nancy, is associated with the goddess of liberation. She's from the Maroons from Jamaica. She belongs to the Temple of Queens, and her element is fire. Yes. Okay, so some of y'all might actually be dealing with an air sign, or I was already picking up on immediate environment, which is third house. It could be a Gemini. Maybe it's not a Gemini. You could be dating someone or talking to someone that has a significant placement of air, but also this could be an energy of like you being able to go and find clarity or read in between the lines of this relationship by watching the Gemini reading. Okay, so this says Queen Mother Nanny of the Maroons has a was a spiritual leader, military strategist, and revolutionary. This Ashanti healer was brought to Jamaica in chains and escaped to lead rebellions. Nanny helped to free over 800 enslaved people. Queen Mother Nanny's guidance says, break free. Your dreams hold the power and keys to your liberation. You are freedom herself. Rise up. It says, you deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Daring to manifest your dreams is a part of personal liberation. Find your own personal liberation codes and your soul's unspoken desires. Life is too short to live within someone else's story. Divine blessings and magic are on your side. Enjoying your freedom fully is the best gift to your ancestors. This affirmation says, my dreams empower me. Yeah, so this is very spot on, like I said. It gives me a vibe that you are in a maybe quiet space of, it's like taking heed or taking inventory of your friendships, of your connections, you know, almost like appraising them to figure out like, what is the value of this person being in my life? What's the value of me having this vehicle? What's the value of me working over here at this job? What's the value of sending my kids to private school? Like, you seem to be looking at all of that and trying to figure out if it's in alignment with who you either have already become or who it is that you're being called to become. The other thing that's really beautiful about the dynamic between these two cards is that in this energy over here, the sun is coming up, but you seem to have the perception that the sun is setting when in fact it's rising. Okay, very, very beautiful. I do see clarity coming up here soon, especially going from like this orange, like sacral type, solar plexus type energy, being very grounded to all of this blue. It's like somebody coming forth to, I don't know, I get judgment when I'm looking at her horn here. You may have already called judgment on a situation, but then I'm looking at these three. There's three individuals that are hiding back in the bushes. There's one over here, which I never realized he was over there. I always seen these two, but I never realized that there was this person over here. So there could be three people, particularly that are wanting to make some type of gesture, have some type of conversation with you. But again, the threes are associated with the immediate environment. So definitely a Gemini could be of some sort of significance, or this could be directly related to your home life. It could have something to do with your coworkers, family members, siblings, things of that nature. People you would see on a daily basis. This could even be the damn cashier where you shop at a grocery store or something. Okay. What's the influence of this being here for Sag? Cancer. This is the doula. You have Scorpio here. So what's in the middle of this situation and what's not being spoken on is quite literally emotions. Okay, but I do feel like somebody's going to be making it very clear. Hell yeah, you got Mars and Scorpio. That's my placement. I'm laughing because I was going to post this picture. I had me a little Valentine's photo shoot. You know what I mean? But I was going to post this picture because I was like looking at it. I was like, yeah, this is Mars and Scorpio. Tell me your Mars and Scorpio without telling me your Mars and Scorpio. You know what I mean? So anyway, I do feel like there could be a very sexy time coming here, coming towards you. And then again, you have the third house here with Mars. Somebody seems to be taking some type of transformative action, or somebody's willing to fight to get to you or something like that. Aquarius with the sun here. Feel like this is unexpected. Like I said, I feel like something was shifting unbeknownst to you. Also, too, with Cancer being here as the main influence, this is the fourth house. So, like I said, you could be looking at your third house with, like, immediate environments. People, look, Jupiter wants to show itself. Could be definitely some type of expansion at home. But it's like you're looking at all of these things in your immediate environment, trying to figure out how you can transform them so that your fourth house is comfortable, balanced, stable. Fourth house being home, family, background, things of that nature. You know, the other thing too is that there could definitely be a Cancer of some sort of significance, because I mean, the 4th house card is in here. It could have come out if that was the intention, but they're trying to get me to understand that this is about someone's feelings, them having some sense of sympathy towards you, or feeling called to protect you. Maybe you're not aware of this. Somebody taking some type of actions in your protection. It can also be kind of like a moody energy, but I don't get that in a negative sense. I just feel like you're going, like, what this transformation that you're ahead of, it's gonna be like night and day. And I didn't even realize she has a pool of water behind her. It doesn't seem clear. That's what I'm saying. Like, this energy over here comes off as like a mirage almost, where over here you can see everything clearly. Okay. Externally, like I said, you have Scorpio, so there's definitely transformation here. But for some of you guys, there is a water sign that has some pretty intense feelings about you. Show me how Sagittarius shows up in this connection. Dare to dream. Okay. Was it Leo or Aries? One of the fire signs had this. Their partner did, at least. So you could definitely be dealing with another fire sign. It could even be someone who's on the cusp. So they could be Cancer, Leo cusp, or they could be Aries, Pisces cusp, and that could be in any of their placements. So they could be Cancer, Leo rising, Cancer, Leo moon, like on the cusp of those dates. Show me about, I mean, the thing that stands out the most in this card is that this eagle has a doggone diamond in his phalanx, okay? Tell me how Sagittarius partner or potential partner shows up here. Love. Why did I just start? I was hearing, you got the whole world incense. You got the whole wide world. And like on some Sunday school stuff, y'all. This says get wild and reclaim. But see, I still see like these 3 energies. Like there may be 3 people who, yeah, would speak truth. There could be 3 people who are going to be coming towards you. You may end up at some type of crossroad. That was the observer just a moment ago. So definitely somebody could be watching you. But conversation is inevitable because you have the warrior here. This could be coming in from an Aries. Patience is going to be required whenever this conversation does come in. Yeah, because I feel like you're going to have some type of, like, you may result to some type of defense mechanism. When I say a defense mechanism, like shutting down, like, oh no, I can't talk right now, I'm gonna call you later. Or somebody's like, hey, can I sit down with you? I want to talk to you about something. Like, oh no, I'm busy. I feel like you definitely need to open your heart to this. Something about it, like I said, is going to be transformative. Okay, whoever this is, like, they soft on the inside, but they come off to be real hard on the outside. Because I want to say this is a turtle shell. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, ancestors. I'm sorry. I'm having a whole conversation with them in my head, y'all, while I'm still reading for y'all. Because they sitting here telling me to read these cards. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to. I'm going to be obedient. But I be trying to get away from reading the cards out the book. No disrespect to the authors. But it just is time consuming. So anyway, they said read it. So dare to dream. It says no dream is too big for you. This card is an invitation to step wildly into your dreams, to visit them often, to ask them what they need from you. Despite what your current circumstances are, and no matter how far away you feel from your dreams, Spirit is telling you otherwise. We often neglect our dreams because we don't know how to attain them. But the process of going after them is a collaboration with the universe. If you show up for them, they will show up for you too. The animal associated with this card, of course, is the eagle. It says eagle's sight is by far the strongest of its senses. In fact, it has the best sight in all of the animal kingdom. So I'm sorry, I just heard that loud and clear. You see something clearer than a lion does, a Leo potentially. It says it is said to be able to spot a rabbit from over a mile away. In the aspect of our personal dreams, the eagle can be an ally for visualizing that which feels far away. A huge part of attaining what we desire is the ability to visualize it. Continue to use your imagination while showing up. for what is right in front of you, even if you can't see how they connect. Let me just pause for a minute, because I feel like that's exactly what I just said about you looking at the third house, but you're only even analyzing the third house because you have this need for comfort, this calling for comfort, you know, like Sagittarius, we be on the go, pew, pew, you know what I mean? Like there's this space of needing to be still. Something about that is going to be most freeing, okay? The plant that is associated with this card is the buckthorn. It says, like many powerful and magical plants, buckthorn is on the invasive species list. Its resistance to being eradicated is one of the properties we can call upon. If we are to go after our dreams, we will need resilience. Things may try to derail you, and you may even reach a moment where you think, am I not supposed to do this? But keep going. Stand your ground. Buckthorn is extremely helpful when dealing with external influences that might be discouraging. Like I said, I feel like there's some things that are going on in your immediate environment that might have you second guessing. Like, am I on the right track? You know, should my baby go to the school? Should I work at this job? Should, you know, like there's a lot of that going on. There's it's like a fitting, a final fitting. I want to say that came up for you guys in 2020. Either you guys are Capricorn and some of you guys are on the cusp, or you're Capricorns in Western astrology, but you're a Sagittarius in Vedic astrology. Okay. I thought this was a diamond, but it's a damn ruby. Well, those of you that know anything about precious stones, you'll know a ruby is much more valuable than a diamond. And oh shoot, ruby is the birthstone for Cancer, isn't it? Or is it garnet? Okay. It says ruby is one of the 4 precious gemstones and has been considered highly valuable throughout all of human history. It is also an incredibly hard stone, second only to diamond. Okay, so I was wrong. I'm sorry. Diamond first. Okay. Ruby can serve as an ally when we are nope. I gotta look it up because I want to say, hold on. Wait a minute. Look, wait a minute, Sagittarius. Let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. You clearly about to find out something. Let's see. Let's see. Ruby versus diamond. Okay, I was wrong. Clearly, I was hella wrong. Okay. No, I wasn't wrong. That's what I'm saying. See, it just depends. I want to say it just depends on the grade of ruby, but like, okay, what it says here is high quality rubies that weigh over 10 carats have been known to sell for even more than a diamond of the same size. What is this? Some rubies on the larger side have sold for upwards of $225,000 per carat. For comparison, diamonds average at a sales price of about $125,000 per carat. See, I be knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. But listen, society will have you believing that a diamond is the most valuable stone. You know what I mean? So there is also an energy of, like, if this is about a relationship, possibly you accepted an offer from someone. Maybe this was an offer a long time ago and it wasn't as valuable as the offer that you could have accepted or something like that, right? It may not even be with love, but I would highly doubt that. Anyway, let's get back to this. So it says ruby is one of the 4 precious gemstones and has been considered highly valuable throughout all of human history. It is also an incredibly hard stone, second only to diamond. Ruby can serve as an ally when we are chasing our dreams, as it encourages us to cultivate the durability required to succeed. It being considered a precious stone is significant, as things of value do not always come easily. We must persevere. Where buckthorn is helpful in dealing with external influences, ruby supports the internal. Call on it when you feel small when your self-talk is not so great, and when limiting beliefs are interrupting your progress. Okay. Okay. Let's see what this love card says. It's been coming out. Of course, it's getting Valentine's Day season. It's been coming out, but I have never read this card, so let's see. I'm being called to read it for you. And this book, y'all, is set up all weird, so just bear with me. It's not in no type of alphabetical order. Ain't no numbers on the cards, you all. Hold on. I would assume that love would be associated with the element of water, but I guess not, unless I overlooked it. Release, boundaries, get wild, nature, strength, share wisdom, higher perspective, speak truth, shadow, dare to dream, transmute, soul work, power, reclaim, manifest, take risk, destruction, movement, get curious, sacred sexuality, surrender, play, self-love, compassion, connect to heart, get creative, trust, reflect. Why I feel like all these words are messages for y'all subliminally. I'm just trying to find a card. It says the alchemist, the ancestors, ascension, creator, death, the explorer, fate, love. Here we go. It says this card is an invitation to examine love in all facets of your life. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what you're doing. It says this is love of self, love of others, your healthy or not so healthy boundaries, your presence with others, your relationship with intimacy, if you feel seen and heard, passion, joy, and total responsibility. It says this card could signal a need to build a better relationship internally, or maybe with a partner in your business or work life, or even towards a goal or a hobby. It says it could also be a reminder that love is a choice. It asks that you sit with these questions. Do you actively work on your relationship with yourself? Do you feel you trust and respect yourself? If you have a partner, do you feel balanced in the relationship? Do you feel balance in your friendships? How do you feel in your work environment? What is your relationship with passion? Do you make time for it? What about intimacy? Do you feel comfortable with it? Do you feel love avoidant or love addicted? What is your attachment style and how do you express love? It says our relationship with love in all its forms is always in motion and flux. When this card makes itself known to you, it simply means you should spend a day or two witnessing how love lives in your life. I like that. I really like that. So just remember that this is how your person is showing up. So like I said, I feel like they're in some type of space where they're feeling like all lovey-dovey. And then especially I looked back over at this card with this being the external energy, soul forgiveness here with wounded healer. There could definitely be a conversation that requires some sense of forgiveness, or there's some type of truth that's coming forth. Okay. Spirit, show me the energy of this connection. Whoa. We got 3. Oh, boy. Okay. You have the Empress, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. I feel like there are 3 people. There's possibly one person who you have a child with. You're the mother of this child, or you're the father of this child. It does not have to be gender specific for the Empress to be out here. Some of y'all, like, you have that person, and then you could have someone who you maybe are married to or were married to. And then the 4 of Cups here, there's an energy of someone who feels rejected. And I particularly pick up an energy of a Cancerian, especially with Capricorn being here. This would be 1 and 7. Like maybe you met an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Oh my gosh, which one of these cards? Oh, the Eagle. It said something about being able to see a rabbit from a mile away. Well, look. In this card, there's a little rabbit back there. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's either you maybe watching someone from a distance, someone watching you from a distance, or wanting to travel towards someone from a distance. The Four of Cups is bothering me though. Kind of goes back to what I said about maybe there was an offer that looked like a diamond and you thought the diamond is the best as it gets. This is as good as it gets. And then here comes along this ruby, right? That's the energy that I'm getting here. You have 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles here externally. So yes, there's some type of restriction, discipline, or lesson associated with what you already have. 3 of Pentacles is here in the center versus what you could have had or could have or what you're moving towards. Okay, I want to ask again, really just want one card. Spirit, what's the energy of this connection? The King of Wands. Well. I told you there's somebody here with the Cancer, Leo cusp, or that could be a very significant timeline. Leo season does not in Vedic astrology, Leo season does not technically begin until I want to say the 8th of August. Might be the 18th. So basically from like July all the way until like the middle of August, that person would be Cancer, Leo cusp. I think the first day of the cusp in Western astrology is the 19th and the last day is the 23rd. That timeline in July could have some sort of significance. And then you have the Devil here with the Hangman. So see, somebody's attachment, oh my God, with the King of Pentacles, somebody's attachment to something or someone maybe caused some type of delay. There's a lot of Saturn energy here, but with the King of Wands showing up as the energy of this overall connection, somebody's definitely knowing what the fuck they want about now. How about that? How does Sagittarius view the King of Wands being the situation or the energy surrounding this connection? How does the Fool? See, now look at this, y'all. She holding a rose, that's white, and she holding a bag of money, that's red. And it gives me that energy of the diamond and the ruby. Like, this almost gives me how she's standing there, how she's holding these, gives me like a justice, scales, or type of thing. Some of y'all, there could be a Libra of some sort of significance, but ultimately it gives me a sense of balance, how you're viewing it, like something is coming into balance now because somebody either knows what they want or something like that. Externally, you have the Two of Swords here, big Libra energy, but also goes back to like somebody either feeling like they made the wrong decision before, or they're on the fence about making a decision now. I told you I feel like you called judgment on this situation, or somebody did. There's the same horn. Oh my gosh, she looks like her. These are two different decks of cards. Her hair wrap is the same and almost the same color, as if this is a representation of Queen Mother Nanny calling judgment on a situation for your liberation. She's headed up these stairs to a couple of fluttering butterflies. Oddly enough, there are 3. So you could definitely be coming back in contact with some past lovers, which all of them seem to be transformed in one way or another. I just don't know which one of their transformation is going to be suiting you. I put judgment here. That don't go there. Show me how this person that Sagittarius is connected to views the King of Wands being the overall energy for this connection. How do they view it? The 3 of Pentacles. Well, that's what I told you with the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. It's like there's a restriction, there's a lesson or something like that to be learned, or there are restrictions around what you have. Saturn and Taurus with the 7 of Pentacles. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is about legacy, prosperity, foundation, structure, right? It is a very abundant card, but not in a spiritual sense, in a tangible physical sense. The 10 of Pentacles is Sun in Virgo, so that could also be a significant timeline for some of you all. But what was unspoken or unsaid in between those energies was the 3 of Pentacles, right? So like not figuring out the schedule to be abundant yet, right? And these other cards that I read talked about that. Wanting to go towards your dreams, but maybe not knowing exactly how to attain them. Somebody may not know how to approach you for how this person is viewing you. But the other thing is they could view you as having several suitors, having several offers. There seems to be an offer here that you may have already accepted, or this person accepted this offer and they had it was you or somebody else. And oh my God, these women do not have on white and red dresses. Something about this diamond and ruby dynamic, y'all. Now it got me wondering, because I want to say that one of the zodiac signs birthstone is a diamond. Who is it? Hold on. We gonna get to the bottom of this, Sag. Leave it to me. Hold on. Let's see. Zodiac birthstones. Okay, so it's not by zodiacs. It's by month. And it's not Ruby. Oh, Ruby is for July. Okay, Spirit. Listen, y'all, my Sagittarius, like, I know I got a lot of Sagittarius that watch my channel, probably more than any sign aside from Capricorn. Sagittarius, Capricorn, and I want to say Aquarius be running my channel up. Yeah, it's July. And then the diamond would be representative of the month of April. This could also be an energy too, where like this person may have met you in April and then met this other person in July. Maybe this person like kind of ghosted you or went off of the grid around July and you didn't understand why. And then she got on this purple dress. Well, that would be representation of amethyst, and that's February. So this could be definitely actualizing some type of switch up, or somebody has this person has an opportunity to move forward with one person or another. And you look like you're about to come out on top, Sag. Okay. How does Sag feel about this person that they're connecting to? How do they feel? How do they feel? Yeah, you at odds with this person, like I said. There could be a silent treatment going on here because the horn is not being blown yet. Like, this conversation has not taken place yet. With the 9 of Swords, like how you're feeling about this is possibly that you already released them, that it's behind you. With the 9 of Swords, I don't think this person feel that way though. And then you have the Tower and the Hermit. Yeah, it's like a ghosting energy if you ask me, because you were together and then all of a sudden you were by yourself. Ooh, and you got the Supreme in the Universe. I'm telling y'all, I feel like y'all gonna come out on top on this situation, end up getting what you want. I don't know that it's gonna be this person, but whatever comes from it, it'll be well desired. How does this person feel towards Sag? With the 3 of Pentacles here, how does this person feel about Sagittarius? How does this person feel? The Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. And then I'm looking at this fucking rabbit, because that ego sight about like seeing this rabbit a mile away, I'm telling you, like somebody watching you. And that, I always get a stalking energy from Leo, because they lions, like they be stalking they prey, preparing to pounce. And honestly, that was the energy that was coming out in their reading. Now externally, you have the 5 of Pentacles, which is about some sense of loss. They could have lost out on a relationship or something like that, or a relationship is over, or they realized that it wasn't going to bear any fruit, and so they need to come towards you, right, where this 5 of Pentacles is. But definitely they know that you feel left out in the cold. This is a 4 of Pentacles together, so it is about good negotiations. It could be about sharing your thoughts, ideas, things of that nature. But if I can be honest, the 4 of Pentacles always gives me energy of like a demoted emperor. It's like, and that's crazy because Leo's reading, which I was not going to call it that, but something about the Aries in the Leo's reading was like so petty. But I ended up titling it, You Are Not the Father. And that's what I'm saying, like with this 4 of Pentacles, it could be an energy showing up where if it's not about pregnancy, I could also see this being an energy of like This person thought they had it all with this diamond until they ran across this ruby. You know what I mean? Like, that could definitely be a thing. They could have lost this connection or relationship shit just yesterday with Valentine's Day. The heart showing up here, I feel like, in representation of that. And then the hands are like open, like maybe they gave somebody back to the streets. Okay, are you giving somebody back to the streets? Look, you have Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands with the King of Swords. I'm telling you, somebody's coming in here with some type of ambitious idea when it comes to you. I feel like you're showing up here as the Queen of Wands, quote unquote, the other woman, the other man, and she got on this red dress. Oh my God. And then you have the Hierophant with the Ace of Wands. Yeah, with the red dress. Oh my goodness. Somebody's going to make you an offer. And then you have the Queen of Cups, who seems to be taking this gesture, making this gesture, this offer. It could definitely be coming from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Look, y'all. And then the Four of Pentacles. I called it. Okay. What's hidden about this connection? What doesn't Sagittarius know? What doesn't Sagittarius know? The Six of Cups. Either you don't know that you're going to be reconciling with this person, or you don't know that they've been in a connection with somebody who possibly you met with them at the same time. I don't know. I don't really get bad vibes off the Three of Pentacles normally, but I don't like this. Because also, too, when I keep looking at this individual in this red dress, she seems overextended. She seems beyond her reach. Or there could be an energy of feeling like blocked or something like that, and having to take like unnecessary steps to like communicate or arrange a date or, you know, talks with someone or whatever the case may be. Yeah, see, in this Eight of Pentacles with the Five of Cups, I just got to call it like I see it, y'all. I feel like something took place behind your back. You might know this subconsciously. See, with the Eight of Pentacles, how it just fell out there as like, this ain't gonna work, or something's not working. In between like cleansing them and separating yourself, putting it behind you, versus with the Fool here, possibly being optimistic about opening up a new cycle. Or, you know, it would be risky for you to open up a new cycle with this person. That may also be how you're like viewing this. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles being an issue here. Why isn't this working? What about it isn't working? Yeah, the Page of Wands. I just feel like somebody's not speaking up. Yeah, the Five of Wands, particularly about some type of competition. Death with the Two of Cups. They're with the Emperor. See? I know I'm right. And somebody in this situation thought that you was just a diamond. But you showing up like a ruby. Tell me one more thing about the Six of Cups being here for what is hidden. The Ten of Cups in reverse. Well, the Ten of Cups in reverse does give me a Nine of Cups energy. So you could deep down inside really want to reconcile with this person. But with this being the Ten of Cups in reverse as well, it could mean that you feel like it could be a bit of an illusion, like this person's pump faking when it comes to you. Six of Pentacles with Temperance. Yeah, see, this gives me a vibe of like pump faking. It's like, see how she holding these cups? It looks like the game of telephone. It's like somebody is probably going to reach out to you and have a conversation with you, and then going back to you showing up to me like the person that's overextended. Like you did more, you gave more, you know, versus this person barely showed any type of effort, but for whatever reason, the person that you're connected to or interested in, they chose them. They're regretful as fuck. I'm gonna tell you that now. Show me who is Sagittarius connection. Like, who is this person? The main person, because it seems like there's more than one. The Supreme. I'm going to read this card. I've never read it before. Two of Swords. They could definitely have a significant placement of air in their chart. Let's see what this says, because this is a special card to this deck. This is the Afro Goddess Tarot, kind of, if you all were wondering. The Supreme. I think she comes after everything else. That sounded like a message. Okay, it says all is connected, all is you, and at all times you have the power to connect fully and be your all-powerful self, the Supreme. From stardust, our immortal souls arise and merge into form, and by destiny, an occurrence just as rare as the sight of an eclipse. Pause, because that's what I'm telling y'all. Like, them seeing something about how they see you now, or you caught them off guard, they seen you or something like that. She does have this eclipse energy behind her. There's a partial eclipse on the 30th of April. And then there's going to be a full eclipse, if I'm not mistaken, on the 15th of May. So that could be some type of indication of when this person is going to show themselves. But it could also be indication of their moon placement. I don't know why I get moon in Taurus, moon in Aries for some of you all. This says, her pure intentions are blessed by the universe as she caresses a journey that moves at the pace of her will. She is guided by her ancestors in merging all her lessons to accomplish her goals. The resilient goddess is at no time defeated because she knows she is true. She knows she is indeed a true goddess, only bound by mortal form, and all she wishes at all times is possible. Know the power of the Supreme is divine. This is the time to accept yourself as the all-powerful goddess that you are. You are every moment in time, both individually and as a collective history and future. By ways of your womb, hand in mind, your desires shall manifest. Reign as both the creator and the creation, for you are protected. The universe and all your ancestors are waiting to aid you. All you need is confidence that you are indeed who you are, the Supreme. Utilize all that you know intellectually and spiritually to create the internal success you are capable of. You can do it. You know, I'm feeling inclined to share this. So y'all, this morning, first off, let me back up. I've been divorced for I want to say about 5 years. I think I don't even care no fucking more. Anyway, I'm single out here, bitch. No, just kidding. Sorry, YouTube. That's how I feel. Anyway, so I've been divorced for a while now. And I have to admit that like the last 5 years, significantly the last 2 years, 2.5 years or whatever, I've been through hell and high water trying to rebuild myself, trying to clear out the residue of my marriage and things of that nature. To give you all a few examples, I got divorced, and then I had to file, you know, documents and paperwork with the courts to get my name back. And oh, that's why they're having me share. Huh. Okay, so wow, they bringing up this shadow energy, y'all. They bringing everything to the surface. I thought it's an energy of like, you thought you healed from it, and then somebody like, hey, is that a scar? Oh shit, yeah, that is a scar. That did happen to me. You know, like it's that type of energy here. But anyway, so like December, I want to say it was like December 13th or December 14th of 2018. I think 2018. I moved to California October 2018 from Georgia, where I was, you know, married and had a real estate career and all that good stuff. I moved to California, which I thought originally it was only going to be for 30 days. I thought, you know what, let me just go and like lean on my family for 30 days emotionally and come back to my real estate business and start anew. Yeah, well, the ancestors laughed at that, y'all. I ended up being in California for like 10 months, y'all. And so when I was there, I decided to go and try to get my name changed in the state of California. And the reason was because Georgia requires that if you're going to change your name, you also have to run an ad in the paper for 4 weeks. And then within those 4 weeks, if your ex-spouse decides that they want to contest your name change, they can. I'm like, what the fuck? What? So I decided, nah, I'm going to bypass and finesse all that. I'm going to California. Yeah, I'm going to run the ad, but he ain't going to never see it. He ain't going to be able to contest it. So that's what I did, y'all. I went to California. I ended up finding out that I didn't even have to run the ad. I went like December 13th or something. I was determined to get my name back before my birthday, which is the 17th of December. So I'm running all through the court systems, and I have filled out all the paperwork and stuff like that by myself because I didn't have no money for a lawyer at that time. I had just spent so much lawyer money, you know, getting the divorce, the custody, all that stuff. So I, you know, was doing this all by myself. And so I kept having to go back. It was a lot of trial and error. Like, I think I went on the 13th and she was like, this is not filled out correctly and the clerk's office closes in about 10 minutes. So you're just going to have to come back. So I was devastated. So I reprinted, ran all the documents again, went, you know, where I needed to go to fill them out. Came back, I want to say the next day, and it was like, I want to say it was a Friday or something, or it might have been a Thursday and the clerk's office was closed on Friday or something. It felt like this was my only opportunity to reclaim my identity. Okay. So when I got, at least by my birthday, right? So I think I got there on that Thursday or that Friday or something like that. And when I like presented the paperwork to the lady, she was like, everything is correct except for this one thing. And I'm like, well, why can't I just white it out? Like, what's the big deal? And she was telling me you can't do that. So I was like, oh my fucking gosh, right? I'm not going to get my name changed on my birthday. Like, I felt like everything, I felt like everything had failed. Like, all I wanted was my fucking identity back after the divorce. So long story short, she told me I had to come back on Monday. Well, what was Monday? My birthday. Okay. I'm standing at the clerk's counter, which I'm from California, and all y'all enjoyed the Super Bowl and seen all that gangster shit. Nah, that's where I'm from. So I literally was at Compton Courthouse, y'all. And so down the street from Kendrick Lamar's house. Okay, let's talk about it. So, I was standing at the counter, and the reason why I said all of that Compton gangster stuff is because this clerk desk has a like basically counter to ceiling bulletproof vest or bulletproof like window, so you can see like all the different like cubicles and all of the people that are working back there and stuff. So I was looking, I'm talking to her. I just bust out in tears. I couldn't even take it. I felt broken. I felt defeated, you know. I'm like, I'm not this man's wife no more. I don't want to be, you know, addressed as his, I don't want it. There's so much power I feel like is carried with a name. I just wanted to separate from it. Also, that was around the time that I formatted my business, Unveiled by Amber. I didn't want his name on none of my documents for my business. I didn't want it. So it was holding up a lot of other things that I was trying to accomplish and attain. So she tells me to come back on Monday. I start busting out crying. I'm looking around at the cubicles and noticed that one of the like furthest cuticles, one of the furthest cubicles from where I was standing had a balloon. And it was a happy birthday balloon. It was nobody sitting there, but it had a happy birthday balloon. So I kind of like turned my head to the left. And when I seen the balloon, I went from crying, y'all, tears of grief and defeat, to crying tears of joy, because I felt like that was God saying, not only am I going to give your name back and your identity back by your birthday, but you're going to come in here on your birthday. Okay. So that's what I did. I literally got my name back on the day that I was born, y'all. So there was something significant and extremely spiritual about that experience, getting my name back on my birthday. Moving forward, there were some other challenges that I had, you know, as far as like custody and establishing boundaries, right? Restraining orders, things of that nature that took place on the 14th of February of 2019. So anyway, I'm just going to stop there. I think that you guys probably already got the message that Spirit wanted you to get from me telling all my fucking business. Man, I don't be getting on here with no intent. I don't be getting on here with no intentions to tell my business, and spirit be like, let it out. Okay. All right. So let's see where this is headed. Where is this situation headed, spirit? Where is this headed? Death. Yeah, there's something transforming about this, either about what you want, who you want. But then I'm also looking at this sun here. It is identical, and I'm telling you, there's like, yeah, look, I'm a Hierophant, and I'm telling y'all about my experience in my marriage. And then these two women, one of them is holding a bouquet of white flowers. Now I feel like it's representation of the diamond. And then there's another woman who's holding a red bouquet of roses, which I feel like is indication of this ruby dynamic that you guys have going on here in this reading. And it's either like you chose the wrong one and now you done ran across the right one, or vice versa. Somebody feels this way about you. They chose the wrong one, and now that they're free, or, you know, they can release themselves of that, they realize that it was you this whole time. This person may be in the middle of some type of legal or some type of court document or something like that, because you have liberation here, but it seems like judgment has not yet been called. So like if you are dealing with someone who you know is married, they're not officially divorced. If this is a woman, she may still hold or bear that man's name. That could be, that's what I see here, y'all. Okay. Let me, I want to pick a couple of these up. I'm gonna leave that out there. This wanted to come out, the Queen of Wands. Let me see. Oh shit, yeah, let me see. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. What is there to see? This is a match right here, okay, with the Emperor. And what I was going to say earlier with this Four of Pentacles energy, like it being a demoted father or demoted emperor, it's an, regardless of gender, it's an energy of someone who probably was a husband and is no longer. They were a wife and is no longer, you know, or it's an energy of like this person maybe was married to someone who has children and not their children, but they were a father and now they are not. They were, you know, maybe the stepmother to someone's children and now they're separated. And so now they don't necessarily hold that title. They may still represent that essence, but do not hold legally that title. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. How would, yeah, it's like the will the real Slim Shady, please stand up. Will the real fucking Slim Shady please stand up? That's the vibe that I'm getting here, because this King of Wands may be representation, like I said, of a shedding, of a past character, of an energy that used to embody your relationship type of experiences, whereas you're elevating now to this Emperor, this divine counterpart type energy. I have a Five of Swords here. I can't ignore it. So like this person could have started off as like a platonic friend. I don't know. I feel like you're not digging this person, or something about the conversation. Something about the conversation has you on the fence, as if like maybe I should banish this person forever, you know? How did this person that Sag is connected to, how do they view the Five of Swords and the Emperor? How do they view this? I don't know why I get, there's so much petty energy with the fire signs, the Nine of Cups. It's what you want. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it is what you want. Hence, you have the Ten of Cups here in reverse. There's competition though. Ace of Swords with the World. That's what I'm saying. It's, this is an energy of like, you either gonna speak loud and clear about what you don't want, or you gonna be speaking loud and clear about what you do want. The Star here in the Five of Wands, this person or you or both of you all could be getting over something very tumultuous, some type of struggle, battle. This is, I want to say Saturn and Leo, the Five of Wands. So there could have been some type of restriction that was like that was caused or introduced as a result of some type of drama. Because I'm sorry, I associate Leos with drama. They rule the 5th house, which is literally about performances, dramas, costumes, things of that nature, like being out in the open, being very shown. That's the other thing too. Like somebody they could be healing from Star with the Five of Wands, like something that they struggle with out in the open, like they feel exposed by this. That too was like coming up in the Leo reading. So if you're dealing with a Leo, I go watch their reading. Something about it has changed though. Okay, so I want to get these next set of cards out here. This is the Color of Emotions. This is my friend's deck. She released them. The link to purchase them are down below in the description box if you all are interested. I'm going to get 3 rows of cards out here. The top row is going to be like the tone of the conversation that you and this individual are having. Rather, it's telepathically, energetically, it could be physically or whatever the case may be, but like it's all things except verbal, I should say. Okay. Ooh, see, and I was just gonna say, it's like it's like an energy of like not saying anything to anybody, but like the look in your face tells it all, or the look in their face tells it all, or this is like based off of like body language, things of that nature. So you have Side Eyes Don't Lie and The Illusion of Beauty. And if I can be honest, this looks like 2 different women, where one of them, she's now going to be a memory. Yeah, I get a vibe that like this person is they're a memory, or you remember this person, or you know something about this situation. At the center of this, you have selective seating. See, it's an inner, I don't know, I feel like this is your person showing up with the selective seating. It's an energy of like they're not saying anything, but they're saving a seat for you. Captivating seduction. There's a lot of root chakra energy. I do feel like this person is trying to figure out how to come forth in a very like tangible way. But there is something about it that's romantic. So again, going back to like offering some type of trinket of their love or promise, an engagement ring, a promise ring, keys to a new car, keys to a new house, or something like that. That's this energy here. It's not lightweight, I should say that. It's heavy. Okay, this captivating seduction. And then you have the shade behind your back. I told y'all, I feel like something happened behind your back, but I feel like this person is going to come and tell you about it. Now I'm looking at her eyes. It's almost the same as this person. I don't know why I feel like there's a third party situation, but this third party, you know them. All right, let's see. This is the impression of the conversation. So these could be things like you guys actually said to one another. It could be actions that were taken, and this is the impression of those actions, like things that are maybe not spoken, or they could like quite literally be spoken. So this says, I know where I come from. I'll be honest with you. It just gives me vibe that you have recently stepped into some new elevated confidence. There's an energy too of like the past, like people being disloyal, people not appreciating what you bring to a certain like situation or circumstance. It could have weighed you down in the past, but this is an energy of like those actions, your reaction to it is knowing y'all not right for me anyway. That's the vibe I get. You have possibility here, not potential. Again, going back to this 9 of Cups energy, it's like, I feel like you could be just fine by yourself. Part of you still does like want this person or hoped, you know, to have some type of connection with this person, but you may have released the possibility of that. Then you have Linda, aka the bag lady. Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, it's an energy of like looking back, but being well prepared, being beyond prepared to move forward. Having all your shit packed already. Shit fucked down. It's heavy. Like I said, whatever this person wants to say, it's heavy. And then you have shade behind your back. That's that sacral energy. I feel like this has something to do with an inappropriate sexual relationship with something or someone. And then you have end and begin. So that's what I'm saying. This typically shows up to me as the 3 of Cups. So when you do reconcile with this person, or there's a reconnecting with this person, there is going to be some type of surprise gift, gesture, or something like that. This maybe it already happened for some of y'all. I don't think so though. With this Valentine's Day, they could have had a Valentine's date with this person, and now they're really realizing the illusion. Okay, so this bottom row, guys, is going to be about where this conversation is headed. Backs against the wall. This always gives me Leo vibes for whatever reason. And then you have what happens at rock bottom. Well, I just explained that to you all, right? Everything that, well, some of what happened. Y'all have to buy the book when it's published to find out everything that happened to me at rock bottom. But that's what That's what I just told you guys about. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are possibly going to be able to relate that something significant has happened most recently in the facet of your identity. There's an energy of reclaiming your identity. And then I told you this root chakra energy. This is about something being torn down so it could be like, so that it could be rebuilt on a proper foundation. Like maybe with this Five of Swords, like how you actually came in contact with this person may have had something toxic associated with it. Like, I don't know why I get a vibe of like Keeping Up with the Joneses, especially like with the selective seating. It gives me kind of like a Mean Girls vibe, like you can't sit with us. Yes, I do feel like this person is saving a seat for you, but on the other side of it, just this energy being present all together, or this is you deciding like, I don't really want to sit over here with them. Okay. It's destiny versus fate. Well. I don't know which card I read for y'all, but it talked about destiny, and here it is. Somebody's coming to that realization, like, shit, fuck, damn, I wasn't supposed to have this diamond. It was the ruby all along. And then you have the throat chakra, which I feel like is coming out as an issue. This person is trying to figure out what to say to you. This could be a situation where this person is constantly writing messages, text messages, but they never send them. And then overall, you have abundance and manifestation. Sag, I'm here for this. Okay, so if you haven't already done so, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, if you're going to follow me over to the extended, the link to do so is down below in the description box. I'm going to pull an outcome card, and then in the extended, we'll get into how you view the outcome, how your partner views it, anything that's unexpected or unseen, how this all makes you how it makes you feel, etc., etc. Oh, and then I'll refresh the conversation to figure out what the talks are like about what's to come, what the outcome is. Okay, Spirit, what is the outcome here for Sagittarius in terms of their connection? What's the outcome? What's the outcome here for Sagittarius in terms of this connection, Spirit? What's the outcome? Oh, backs against the wall seem, yeah, Four of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. Oh my. This is an energy of like, how could I have not known that was coming? With this Four of Pentacles coming out as an issue, it's like I kept giving to this situation and I never got anything back. So how could I not have seen this ending? Three of Swords, like I seen this person, you know, like have a lot of lovers or be non-committal or whatever the case may be. So how did I not see this coming? This person refusing to commit to me or whatever the case may be. This person has never communicated well. So how could I not see this person not telling me the truth up front? That's the vibe I get. But God, dog, y'all, there's so many mixed signals with this Four of Wands and the Three of Swords. Something very karmic about this. Okay. So we're going to get into this in the extended. If you guys are going to join me over there, then let's roll. And for those of you where this brought you enough clarity, that's amazing. I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye.